LeBron James has finally made his decision. After weeks of waiting and rumors linking him to Miami, Cleveland, Denver, and the whole whiteboard fiasco, he decided to take his talents to the Philadelphia 76ers. And honestly, seems like a pretty good fit to me. The Sixers were already heading into the season with an incredible core. Tyrese Maxey, DJ Edgecombe, and they traded for Jalen Brown. That's a lot of talent, but there was one glaring weakness: playmaking. Outside of Tyrese Maxey in certain stretches, none of these guys are elite floor generals or high level passers. They can all get buckets, but someone still has to create those opportunities. LeBron fixes this issue. Even at this stage in his career, LeBron is still one of the best passers and smartest playmakers in the league. He'll be able to find open shooters, throw lobs, manipulate defenses, and basically serve as the offensive engine for the team. And with four legitimate scoring threats around him, he won't have to carry nearly the same scoring burden that he did during the Rocket series this year. Instead of forcing difficult shots every possession, he can pick his spots, focus on what he's always done best, making everyone around him better. Defensively, this is a much better situation than what he had with the Lakers. LeBron doesn't need to be an elite defensive player like everyone is asking him to, because the only defender on his team isn't Marcus Smart anymore. No Sirskis. He actually has real defensive talent around him. Jalen Brown's a good defender. VJ Edgecombe's a good defender. Joel Embiid's incredible on defense. And with guys like Dean Wade and Jabari Walker coming off the bench, they have good defensive presence. Even if LeBron is just an average defender, or even honestly, if he's pretty bad, I still think that this team could still finish in the top half of the league defensively. I'm not saying that they're going to be a top five defense comparable to the Spurs or anything, but I think that they could be a solid defense. I know the Eastern Conference is a war zone right now. The New York Knicks, who just came off of a championship, the Raptors with potentially Kawhi, the Celtics still believe they got it, the Cleveland Cavaliers are still dangerous, and the Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton returning. I still believe that they should be the favorites to come out of the East with this incredible starting lineup and decent enough bench depth. Do I think that they could beat the teams at the West? Maybe. The Thunder doesn't look quite as good as they did last season. The Nuggets are basically the same team that lost to the Wolves in the first round. And speaking of them, I'm not quite sold on the Timberwolves as true championship contenders, and I'm not sold on the Lakers either. The team I'd really be worried about is San Antonio. The Spurs were already in the finals, and somehow they got even better. If there's one team that scares me most for the 76ers, it's them. They needed a power forward this year, and San Antonio drafted an incredible defensive power forward in the first round. They have the best front court defense that you could ask for in the NBA right now, and I'd be worried about that if I'm the Sixers, especially since the big Joel Embiid question. I still think the Sixers have a real chance to win it all. However, part of this chance comes down to the big age old question: can Joel Embiid stay healthy? We saw last season just how much of a difference that he can make in the playoff series, completely flipping the script in the first round against the Celtics, coming back 3-1, but he was only able to play in that series. Next round, Joel Embiid barely played and they got cooked. If Embiid can stay healthy throughout an entire postseason run, I have no doubt that the 76ers will make it to the finals. No doubt whatsoever. If he can stay healthy through the playoffs. And maybe they might be able to beat whatever team comes out east. However, if Joel Embiid isn't healthy, I still believe that they can be an elite team without him. However, Joel Embiid gives them that last push they need to become championship caliber. Without him, they'll still be good. They got LeBron, Jalen Brown, Tyrese Maxey. They're more than capable of keeping the offense elite. If he's not there, the team is going to have a lot of trouble matching up against these elite big men, especially since that bench rotation for bigs doesn't look that great. I don't know how they're going to match up against Victor Wembanyama, Jokic, Chet, Giannis, Cat, or defenses anchored by Rudy and Bam. I don't know how these backup centers are going to do when they're guarding them. Almost every championship contender has an elite big man, and if Philadelphia doesn't have Embiid, it's a massive disadvantage going into the playoffs. Of course, Sixers fans already know this story. They've been dealing with the Embiid question forever. The difference now is that LeBron James and Jalen Brown are on the roster. Tyrese Maxey isn't the only one picking up the scoring load anymore. No, sir. You got four capable individuals in Braun, Brown, VJ, Maxey to pick up the scoring load. You don't need Tyrese Maxey to backpack this team anymore. He has real offensive talent next to him now. In previous years, losing Embiid completely derails the offense. I do not think that's true anymore. They have enough star power to keep the offense afloat. However, I just don't think that they get to the championship without Embiid. I think LeBron made the right decision, and I think the Sixers now have a legitimate chance to compete for a championship. Real quick, before I end the video off, LeBron James tweeted about his decision, so let's take a minute to read and analyze it. I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game. I was honest at that last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love it. This game, I still truly love this game, and I have more to give. The last few weeks have been really special. I've never been able to have no clue what to do and take real time just to think. I've had an incredible few months with all the people I love trying to figure it all out. This is my last decision. I'm not going for money. I'm not going for family. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete, to win, and to have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA, Miami, I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be my home. Is he telling the truth? Probably. This is probably the most genuine tweet LeBron has ever tweeted, least performative that he's ever done. What this tweet means is that either this season or next season, LeBron James will be retired at the end of it. He has 2 years on the contract, one being a player option. If he doesn't take the player option, he's done. This is his last team. Let's embrace these last years of LeBron and celebrate his career. But what do you think? Did LeBron make the right choice joining Philadelphia? Should he have gone somewhere? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.